Alrighty, so that was this girl's friends, buddies, whatever, that's boyfriend, and
thing.
Strikes Back, and they're good stuff. All these bands are great. She has really good taste in music.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I mean, I just can't. You like the same stuff as I do, so of course I think it's good. But yeah, no. What do you got going on this weekend? You going to any shows?
I am shooting. What am I shooting? Hold on. I'm totally blanking on what I'm shooting.
We're both exhausted, guys. So sorry if
Let me
it's
look
not
at
more
my
interesting.
calendar.
But
I'm shooting something Saturday night, tomorrow night.
Saturday night. I'm going to something tomorrow night. I don't know what it is though.
Let's see here. If they're listening to me, they're gonna be. Oh, I'm doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're both really tired. So tomorrow night at Cicero's.
Wow.
So tomorrow night at Cicero's St. Louis, We Are United presents Down Swinging, Forgetting January 2nd to All, and acoustic performance by Nick Vandis. Those tickets will be $8 in advance, $10 day of show. Doors are 8 o'clock. Show is 8:30. This fine lady right here will be there taking photographs. So if you see a cute little blonde girl running around with a camera in her hand, that is Sarah.
That's me.
Make sure you say hi. Please, if you want to come, decide to come, buy from your local acts. It helps them a lot. I know the promoters love when they sell their tickets, and that's money in their pocket to buy neat merch and stuff for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was probably our finest moment, I think.
Right.
Just too scatterbrained.
I think the bleach is gone in my brain.
I think so too.
Right.
I know mine definitely.
Yeah. Right. Two blondes on the radio.
So yeah, that that's pretty much. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm doing.
I told y'all I was tired, man. I gotta apologize to all those bands too. Like, I'm really sorry. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. But I hope it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a rad show. And then I know next weekend I'm going to Monster Eats Manhattan is playing a free show at the Del Mar Hall, which I love them. And the next night, there's 2 shows I'm going to. Okay. I'll be at Cicero's is New American Classic from down in Springfield. It's playing with Captains Courageous. Fly Method is on that show, which Fly Method are fun, but I don't get quite how they fit into the genre. It'll be fun. And a couple other bands. And then I'm gonna venue hop back and forth between Cicero's and Pops and catch as much as I can of both shows. I do that sometimes.
That's skilled.
I do that sometimes. Well, I have to drink water.
Yes.
On those nights.
Hydration.
Yes, and sober driving.
Yes.
It's important.
It's key.
It is key. It is key because it's if you got to drive across town, you can't sit in the bar and sober up.
Nope.
So drinking and driving is bad, guys. Don't do it. Accidents are
Arrive
on
alive.
the rise. Yes, arrive alive. It is always a good feeling when that happens. I promise. So, but yeah, no, it's venue hopping's fun for me. It's like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you like roller coasters or are you afraid of roller coasters?
I am terrified of heights.
Me too. So for me, and it might be similar for you, I hate the experience of riding a roller coaster. I hate waiting in line. I hate the anticipation. I have a death grip the entire time. I'm screaming. My eyes are always closed. But then you get off and there's that adrenaline rush. It's not quite worth it, but it's almost worth it. It's kind of the same thing for me at the end of the night of a going back and forth between multiple shows.
I could definitely say that.
Because it's like, oh my God, my brain's going to explode. Okay, this band's going to end at this time, and I know the one I want to see over here is going to start at this time. I got to switch back over, time it all out, and stay on a schedule and hope there's no traffic. But one, at the end of the night, I got to see 2 shows. Y'all only got to see 1.
Yeah.
I paid gas money and tickets to be able to do that. But
worth it.
Yeah, totally worth it. It's going to be a fun weekend in St. Louis. The local scene's doing great here. It's thriving.
It's doing so.
Did you go to a lot of local shows before this past fall? Like whether you were shooting or not? No. I'm not going to say
the first one to say that.
I'm not going to say that you weren't missing much because you were. There was always a lot of great bands. But something has shifted in the last year or so that people, not just other bands, but just people are supporting. More people are finally coming out to the shows. They're showing their face. It's a community. It's a family. It's that.
In my defense,
that energy's
this
back.
past year, though, I lived in Columbia. That is still Missouri.
That's right, because we met at the social room. You were talking about one of the bands that was playing up there. That was from Como, I think, that night. I think maybe that wasn't
possibly.
you.
That may not have been me, but yeah, so I did live there for a year. And
I liked Columbia. I lived there when I was a teenager. My cousins and stuff are from up there.
It's nice when you go to school there.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet your radio station up there was a heck of a lot nicer than ours is. I do this every time it gets brought up on air. I can't help it because, we've got, the UM system has a bunch of schools. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Mizzou is the big media one.
Yeah.
So they've got journalism and everything and radio, and they get all the money for that because that's what people pay to go to school for that.
Yep.
They don't pay to go to school here for that. Mm-hmm. So we don't get the money here for that. That's okay.
It's okay though. Yeah, I was actually waxing when I was there, like for a year,
like brow waxing,
yeah,
and facial waxes,
yes,
and other waxes.
Had most of my clientele were actually like journalism students,
nice,
or administration,
right?
So yeah, I was there during that whole situation, which was not even as bad as it was being like on the news or whatever. But
the media always makes everything worse though. Yeah. Not always, but the media sometimes makes things worse than it actually is, or downplays one or the other.
Yeah.
You never know, fake news and stuff. So her eyes just got really, she's like, did you just say that? No, but yeah, well, we've talked about Hold Close like 4 times.
We have.
And I know you're like, I've met them a couple times. They're really nice and I like their music, but like you're really into them.
I love their music. Braxton and all of them, they're really cool. I've only, I think, had a conversation with them maybe a couple times, but Strikes Back went on tour with them back in October, and I know they just had such a good time. And I haven't directly shot them. I've indirectly shot them one time, and they're great. I love them. And then their music video just came out, which is really, really great.
Well, you did want to play Temper. Mm-hmm. And I had remembered because that was what their first video was. I remembered from my brain from radio, oh wait, we can't play that because it has an F-bomb in it. And I went and double checked it and I was like, wait, it does. But we got lucky that Cutting Ties, they just released a video for that, like what, this week or something?
Yes. Shout out to Mayfield Creative.
Yep, Mayfield Creative and Hold Close there from Springfield, Missouri. Yes. They're not going to stay there very long though. No. When I say don't sleep on a band, I always mean it. But with these guys, I super duper triple mean it.
Young.
They're very young.
Yes.
I didn't realize how young they were until last night.
Yeah.
They're babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
Like still X's on the hands on some of them, I think. Maybe not anymore.
Yeah, no, there were. But they're really good, and their drummer's insane. I remember the first time I heard them, I thought this kind of reminds me of Knuckle Puck, which with Knuckle Puck, they have a great sound, but that drummer is wild. Like he gets it. So that's always my first thought with Knuckle Puck is drums and any comparison. So yeah, they're really good. And yeah, this is Cutting Ties. We'll be back in a minute with Kellyn, Sarah Vessel, broadcasting live from Millennium Student Center. This is the Superfun local show.